Hello, I'm Cerberus Dark One and this is What's on eShop. I've got a selection of new releases for both Switch 1 and Switch 2, and we'll start with some mid-price games and a cozy little bookshop. Start a travelling second-hand bookshop with a game that's actually quite popular. It might make an appearance in the chart coming up later. If books aren't your thing, how about a discount supermarket? Demo available. Manage a store in a small town and turn your business into an empire. Or take to the wilds in herdling. Look after and shepherd a herd of magical creatures towards a mountain peak. This game was featured in a recent Indie World showcase. It does look interesting. Shinobi returns with a demo in another action platformer, Art of Vengeance. Made by the same people who did Streets of Rage 4, avenge your clan against unparalleled evil. It's got an amazing art style. The whole game looks hand-drawn. Now for Nintendo's monthly Switch 2 release, Drag and Drive. A lot of people have been comparing this to ARMS in terms of early release controller demo, but I'd say it's less of a Switch 2 version of ARMS and more a Switch 2 version of Flip Wars. Who remembers that? Shantae Advance finally gets a release. This was supposed to be the second game, but they couldn't find a publisher until 20 years later, where they released both on the original Game Boy Advance and now on the Switch. I've only played one Shantae game, but I have thought about doing a playthrough of the whole series. I think they're all on Switch. Let's revolve over to the low price section and look at Mind Over Magnet, a little puzzle platformer famously made by the guy from the YouTube channel Game Maker's Toolkit. A lot of YouTubers seem to be making games these days. I wouldn't mind making a game. I just need someone to do the music, and the artwork, and the coding, and the publishing, and everything else. Another puzzler with the matchmaking Is This Seat Taken? Organise groups of people according to their preferences. This looks charming, simple but sweet. A third puzzle game, Ghost of Time, a top-down action puzzle game with time-travelling mechanics. To solve puzzles, you need to go back in time and work with your past self, who will repeat your past actions. That sounds fun, trying to think ahead and work out what you'll need and when. The final low-price game isn't a puzzle, but a physics-based sumo wrestler between planets. Grab with your moon and bounce with your planet to launch opponents out of the solar system. 8-player local and single-player campaign. But before the charts, let's end with a big release, which is Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar, a farming sim where you produce goods to sell at your market stall. It's a remake of a Harvest Moon DS game and is available on Switch 1 and Switch 2 with an upgrade. But the Switch 2 version is 10% higher than the Switch 1, and the upgrade pack is 20% higher. How does that make sense? It's the Switch 2 tax. Here's the dual top 3 chart. Stealth Strike at third, Shinobi. Rolling in, Drag and Drive. At 2, Discounty. Over the Moon, Great Bazaar. And the Switch 1 number 1, a strong top spot, Tiny Bookshop. While the Switch 2 number 1, back once again, it's Kirby and his Star-Crossed World. The original Forgotten Land is available on Switch 1. This expansion is Switch 2, but it does have an upgrade at 25%. Here is where we'll leave it. The unofficial theme this month must be cozy games, or puzzles, or cozy puzzles. But I'll see you again next month for another What's on eShop.